Welcome to girls basketball. Oh, I think the boys basketball email got a little bit confused with Coach Motil, so I'll let you, yep. Welcome to the girls basketball Zoom call. Hopefully that is what you're looking for. Hello. Thanks for turning on your screen. Nice to see some faces. Welcome. I'll just give everybody maybe a minute or so to log on. Henley Flahaven. Welcome. That's exciting. Do we have twins in the house? Yes. That means one of you is a lefty, right? No. Wow, you're both right-handed. Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. Okay, some familiar names here logging in. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Grace Coyle's in the house. Wonderful. Okay. All right, well, welcome to the girls basketball Zoom. I am going to share my screen and hope that it works here. Got a few things to share with you. All right, thumbs up from my players if you can see it. I think it's loading. Yes, perfect. Okay, well, girls basketball, my name is Coach Pompey. This is my 4th season coaching at St. Francis, which is really cool and exciting for me to have been with my senior groups, seniors this year for their full 4 years of high school. That's been a joy to watch them grow. Couple of logistic things before we get started is we are a winter sport. We have 3 teams, a freshman, JV, and varsity team, and we are going to get started here. So first and foremost, I think it's important to talk about the culture of our program and the goal that my sisters who are JV and freshman coaches, and my goal for everyone is to kind of buy into the fact of becoming or being a part of something bigger than themselves, and realizing just what is possible when you put a group of individuals who are putting their best effort forward collectively as a team. So just understanding all of our roles and what we can do individually to contribute to the success of the team as a whole. Before we get too far, I've got a very fun video to share with you. I'm hoping that it has okay quality. We'll see, hopefully. Just some background information. Can you guys see this okay? Yeah, my girls all start smiling because they know what's coming. If you can't really see the whole scoreboard here, but I will tell you that the game is tied 48-48. To say that we had won a lot of games coming into this game is that is not the case. We had not won a lot, and to find it in us to keep fighting until literally the last second of this game is amazing. And I think my girls teach me more than I could ever teach them. And their will and their desire to win is shown in this. Let's see, 16.4 seconds left in this game. Game is tied 48-48. It is our opponent's ball. We are at their home court. And then I will play this. Hopefully it's an okay quality for you on your end. So hopefully, how did that look on your end? Did it look okay? Okay, lucky for you guys, the Jessica Oakland herself is on this Zoom call. She got the block that I think at this point, right, everyone kind of thought that there was no chance that we were going to win. I think everyone on our, well, not us, because we knew we could win, but all of our fans were thinking, please just end in a tie. Let's get a stop. Let's go into overtime. and kind of the impossible, if you will, happened, and it was really amazing. I love that video for a couple reasons, because not only if you watched the sideline, right, and all of the girls on the bench, all of the coaches, everybody, even Sydney, who's on our team, her grandma, and the bottom of that screen, but the bottom of that video, we're just going nuts, right? So excited. And that is that whole concept of being a part of something bigger than yourself, and being able to celebrate each other's success. So I thought that was pretty cool. We're family here, right? Not only have I mentioned before that my two sisters are the freshman level and the JV coaches, but we're family, right? We love each other. And I think that you'll get a taste of that when our student athletes get to share at the end of this presentation just what their favorite memories are. Some of them probably will be game related, but some of them will be from activities and things that we do off the court together. Here's some great pictures over the years. I love this one in the left corner of the bench, right? When a coach looks at their bench, when something good happens and they see a reaction like this, we know that we're doing something right, and we're creating a culture and a program that a lot of girls I would want to be a part of, right? And pretty special. So we do service projects at St. Francis. You'll hear this from all of the sports. We participate in service projects throughout the season, and we go to prayer services or chapel services, which will be on the next slide. But we get to run a winter camp and a summer camp, and the girls love to be involved, and this is how they kind of give back to the community. We've also ran camps at St. Simon's over the years, which is so much fun. It's also really fun for me to see some of these kids in these pictures of just like they're little tiny girls, and then eventually one day, hopefully, they come to St. Francis, and then I get to coach them. I know that some of the players on this call were those little campers before. And I know that some of you maybe recognize yourself in these pictures and hopefully become a Lancer one day. So here's a picture with my favorite, I'm pretty biased, my favorite campus minister, Coach Pompey, my husband there leading us at a chapel service, and us getting to know each other in a faithful way. Pretty special. And I think the girls really enjoy their time together. So with that all being said, and just kind of giving you a little bit of information from a coach's perspective, I'd love for my student athletes to share a little bit about what their favorite memory is over the years and why they choose to play basketball at St. Francis.
All right. Hi, I'm Michaela, obviously, and I'm a senior at St. Francis. And my favorite memory was probably sophomore year when we were playing in the playoffs Division 1, and we were ranked the last seed in the division, and we ended up beating the number 2 or 3 seed Cardinal Newman. I forget which one it was, but it was a really tough game. We fought all the way through, but afterwards when we won, it was just crazy, and it's just great to be part of a family like the basketball team we have at St. Francis.
It's great. Thank you, Michaela.
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm a junior at St. Francis, and I think my all-time favorite memory was the Cardinal Newman one, but another one I had was my freshman year. We upset Sacred Heart Cathedral at our place, and we were not supposed to beat them, and that was the first time our seniors had ever beaten them, like throughout their whole thing of high school. So it was my favorite.
Yeah, not to mention the seniors were 0-9 going against Sacred Heart Cathedral. Sacred Heart Cathedral had ended our season the season before, so to say that was special for our seniors is an understatement.
And then we beat them again at their place.
Oh, it was just amazing. Yep, then we got to end their season. All right, thank you.
Hi there, I'm Jamie and I'm a junior, and my favorite memory would be this year we beat Valley Christian, and it felt good because they beat us and they were very cocky about it. So it just felt good to beat them. And then I play for our girls program because it's a way to represent the St. Francis community.
Great. Thank you, James.
Hi, I'm Jewel. I'm a junior at St. Francis, and my favorite memory was last season at Sacred Heart Cathedral. It was a tie, and my teammate shot a shot from like half court and got fouled, and we won on the free throw shots, and that was just a really fun experience. And it's really important to like play in this program because you make best friends in and out of the court, and it's a really good community.
Awesome. Thank you, Jewel. Well, I could not have done better than that. I think just hearing it from the athletes themselves is pretty special. I'd love to just open it up to any questions that you might have regarding the program, regarding the seasons, or any St. Francis related questions that we might be able to help with. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You can just unmute.
For your practice schedule, how many days a week would we have practice? And on your campus, does it have like a gym or places that we can like train?
Yeah, great questions. So it's kind of funny because this season is a little bit crazy for everyone, right? And we don't really know what it's going to look like. But a typical season, the teams will practice, freshmen will practice 5, maybe 6 times a week. JV and varsity, most of the time, will practice 6 days a week. You'll probably have 2 or 3 games a week when we get into league and things like that. We are so blessed and so fortunate, and hopefully you get the opportunity to go on the website and check out our facilities. But we have a couple of beautiful gyms, a practice facility with, we have a slider that goes down the middle so we can have 2 full courts plus our game court. So we have plenty of facilities on campus. We have walked to the YMCA, which is kind of on our same campus in the past, but we have beautiful facilities that enable us to practice on campus. Really good question. I see in the chat, are you planning to have basketball camps again in January? Oh, I hope so. As far as facility usage goes right now, we are very limited. That will be something that I will definitely we will publicize on the website if we do have a winter camp. I am hopeful, I guess cautiously optimistic about having camps in the winter, but I will let you all know. How many girls on each team? We kind of shoot for 12 to 15, 15 being a pretty big team, 12 being kind of like that sweet number, I think, but that is generally what we shoot for. Another great question. More questions, and you can have maybe questions for our student athletes here, maybe about just academics and balancing academics and sports, anything.
How many conditioning coaches and head coaches do you have? Sure,
good question. So basketball specifically, we have 2 strength coaches that work with us in the weight room. I coach varsity I normally have 2 assistants, and then usually at the freshman and JV level, we'll have 2 coaches on each of those teams. Okay. What can I do to prep for tryouts? Great question. I think skill work, right? Shooting the basketball as much as you can, getting out there, working on your ball handling. I know time right now, it's tough to find teams to play on right now, but just staying as active as you can with the basketball and obviously keeping yourself in as best shape as you can. Is playing only at your prior school team enough experience to make the freshman team, or do you recommend doing basketball out of school? Obviously, I always recommend doing basketball out of school, but I don't think that that's a mandatory thing. I know that I have players right now in our program that did not play outside of school before their St. Francis experience. So kind of just depends on where you're at and where your commitment level is. I also, have a few people on this call who are very special to me who play more than one sport. And I'm a big fan and a big advocate of that. Although it's going to be a bit tricky for those individuals this season, we're going to make it work. But if you're playing other sports, I'm a big fan of that. I think it will help with your physical health down the stretch. How many girls try out freshman year on average? Great question. I think, let's see, the most that have tried out for me in the past 4 years, I think we had 40 girls try out. Now, don't think like you only took 15 of them and you cut 35 girls. No, a couple times, it's very rare, but a freshman can make varsity. It has happened here before, and freshmen can also be put on JV. So I think to maybe put it in a different perspective for you, I've cut, the most I've cut in a season is 5. And of those 5, 4 of the 5 got involved in other ways, whether they became managers or they've helped the program in different areas. Can you do multiple sports at one time? Great question. It depends on the sport. Obviously, this year is going to be a little bit different than it has been in the past, but most of the time, if you're playing team sports, you can play only one team sport per season. So I know I was one of these girls, but I know there's a lot of soccer, basketball girls out there. Unfortunately, you have to pick one or the other. Yeah, I know. Happened to me too. For the players, for the players, do you think you made most of your friends through sports? And if not, was it through class, clubs, etc.? Boom. Who wants this one?
I got it. Okay.
Everyone wants it.
Jesse, go first.
Okay. All of my friends have been through sports. I literally don't have any like that are from school. Like they're all from basketball and they're all from softball. Like I play softball too. They're all from softball. So I think those friendships are really special because they're like a really strong bond that you're not going to get anywhere else because you just spend so much time with your teammates.
Yeah, I agree with Jess. Definitely make a lot of friendships through sports, even with people who are in different grades than you. Like I'm great friends with Jess, she's a junior. And like it doesn't really matter when you're on a team, you're just part of something and it's really helpful and it's a great way to also just get to know people. Like even if you're hesitant about trying out, just try it and you may meet some like lifetime friends that way.
Awesome. Great answers. Great question. Another question I have here is, even though basketball is a winter sport, does the basketball team practice all year round? We try our best, right? We try our best to do things year round. There are a lot of rules that we have to follow. So we can't quote unquote practice, but a typical fall, right? When we get back to school is a lot of conditioning, which my girls love, a lot of strength training in the weight room and what we call open gyms, right? So we have couple of hours a week that we can be in the gym together, and I am not allowed to coach, but I can watch as my girls kind of organize some pickup, which they love. And then during the spring, we'll go back to kind of some conditioning and some more strength training. Over the summer, we are actually allowed to practice and play in tournaments. We try to do that. We try to do that the most or as much as we can. Hard for multi-sport athletes and hard for other people. I don't want, as much as I want all of my girls to be at every single practice and everything basketball related, I also want them to experience other things, right? And St. Francis has so much to offer in terms of immersion and different trips that you can take with other students and things like that. So I really, really love to see them involved in other things at school. Let's see. What are your program strengths and areas for improvement? Ooh, good question. Let's see, do you want the coach's perspective or the player's perspective on this? Okay, well, I'll start. I think our strengths is the culture. I think that I've watched the culture from coming in 4 years ago. It's funny because I no longer have any players that played for the coach before me or who played for the program before I came. I think that we've really come a long way in just developing a culture that we are really proud of. I am very proud of. Obviously, winning is fun, and I am probably one of the most competitive people that you'll meet, and losing sucks. I hate losing, right? I hate losing. I often tell my girls that I hate losing more than I love winning. And that is something that I'm not proud of and something that I am working on. But it's not about winning and losing. It's about building a culture that you want your girls to be a part of. And you want your girls to walk around campus proud to wear their St. Francis basketball shirt and representing our program. And it makes me emotional just thinking about it. But I think that we have come to a point where my girls are proud of being a part of this team. They're proud of the team. It doesn't matter what our program record is at the end of the season. We are turning St. Francis girls basketball into something special, into something that 7th and 8th graders come to our games and want to be a part of. So I think that's our strength. Areas of improvement, obviously, we want to win more. We want to win more. We want to be competitive in our league, and we know what we're battling, right? We know that there are schools in our league that have been successful, very successful for years and years and years. And it's going to take a lot of hard work. and commitment and dedication to be competitive with those teams. And that's our goal. And the girls that you see here on this call are the pioneers for the program. They know that they're going to have to probably put in the most work to turn this program around. And that's what they've done so far. So those are the strengths and weaknesses. I'm going to have to put a stop here pretty quick, but I've got some more questions. Let's see. Do all freshmen play on freshman team, or can they try out for JV? Yes, absolutely. Like I said before, freshmen have made varsity in the past. We've had a few freshmen make varsity. We've had a few freshmen make JV. So that is not a rule in girls basketball. It might be in other programs, but not for us. Have you been back in person at all at St. Francis? Great question. Yes, we got the green light to have some basketball workouts on campus, which I am really enjoying, and I know my girls are enjoying as well. So I cannot thank you guys enough for joining me today. I don't want to keep you over the time limit, but thank you all so much for coming, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you all become Lancers one day. Thank you.